believe I found you here. I can't believe I found you here. I can't believe I found you here with the former randoms.
Still haven't figured out who the purple fella on the far left is, but one day we'll figure out who that interloper is.
It's Psylocke.
Psylocke. From what?
Yeah, from X-Men.
Oh, I don't remember that specific purple looking.
She's the...
Or she.
She has the brain of Captain Marvel's sister, Betsy Braddock, that's trapped in the mind of a ninja, or the body of a ninja. And then eventually Marvel was like, this is weird. And they just split them into two separate characters.
Of course.
I mean, you might remember her from Olivia Munn playing her in
I don't.
Movie.
You might remember her from X-Men Children of the Atom.
Remember that one that everyone definitely watched?
With Oscar Isaac as Apocalypse?
Yeah.
Yes, I definitely remember that one. 100% being a thing. And then I decided not to end the world by going to it.
So here's the thing. I have watched that movie. I don't remember anything about it.
I remember that Oscar Isaac is Apocalypse.
Yes, Oscar Isaac is basically always forget the name. Victor Ooze. He's
Ivan Ooze.
Ivan Ooze. He's basically Ivan Ooze.
Yes. Now, also, isn't Storm? Doesn't she have the mohawk in that one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
As can all be seen in this handy. Everything we know about this movie is in this one screenshot.
And what's actually very fitting is, that's all you need to know.
Quicksilver, I guess, is in the background, maybe.
Oh, right. Or
Angel.
Yeah. I don't think it's Quicksilver.
Yeah, there's wings, it looks like.
There's too much expression. It's not
This is a great starting point. How many characters from this movie are in a fighting video game?
Well, Storm, I'm assuming, is.
Every character in this screenshot, except maybe the background man, is in Marvel vs. Capcom 2, A New Age of Heroes.
Are they really? Oh, break it down for us.
No, wait. Apocalypse is an X-Men Children of the Atom, but not playable in Marvel vs. Capcom 2.
So we are stumbling into a subject that Missy knows very little about, so it's going to be all about educating Missy tonight on what the fuck is with fighting games.
Missy, they're going to take you for a ride.
It's funny because I kind of hoped this is what the reaction would be. So basically last week was Taken versus Bacon. So I thought what if we did Tekken versus, and then, that's what led to this.
Missy, do you know about iframes?
Oh my god.
Do I know about juggling? Here's the thing is, I know about frames. My husband is a custom framer. Do I know about juggling? Yes, I can't do it. Do I know what they mean in terms of fighting games? No! Stop reinventing the English language.
Not those kind of frames.
I don't like it. I'm assuming the frames have to do with each frame that a fighter can be in for different fights and how you cancel different things.
Yeah.
And how frame canceling is used to your own
See, this is the right mentality that down here is, because I would say I do enjoy trying my best at fighting games, but at their heart, certainly our early experiences with them it's just fun to bush Mattins.
So, Missy, I guess we can go through them a little bit in the order they're in the intro if we want, at least with this first one. What do you know about Tekken? And the plot of Tekken?
Oh god.
So I know I played Tekken on the PlayStation at my friend's. I believe there was a character called Martial Law. I don't know.
There is.
Yes, I liked him, and I played him all the time.
He's very Bruce Lee-like. Yeah, iframes are invincibility frames, the brief moments of invulnerability you can exploit.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Okay, there we go. So I know that Tekken exists. I don't know the lore of Tekken. I don't know why Tekken is happening.
Tekken's intense.
Oh, okay. The story so far with Brian Cox.
Oh, see, I don't know later Tekken. I only really know. I assume it stays the same. I only really know.
There's a story
your early
Tekken. That's just an hour of him going, fuck off!
Wow.
That's why when it comes to Tekken and the King of Iron Fist
this is incredible.
there's one hell of a story to tell.
Now, when I played Tekken back in the arcades against Dame Judi Dench.
In Tekken 8, Jin Kazama will face off against his father, Kazuya Mishima, for the last time. Kazuya is threatening global domination, and since Jin is the only other person who possesses the devil gene as well, he may be the only chance the world has left.
Pause. I'm lost already.
I know. I'm not saying we're going through the whole thing. I just love that there's a video of
I
Brian
mean-
Cox saying, because he's the only other one who possesses
is
the devil
The devil
gene.
Jin.
I mean, this is incredibly. If we don't watch this whole thing, I am definitely watching this whole thing off.
Jin, G-I-N or
J-I-N.
Jin, D-J-I-N-N?
Just neither. J-I-N.
Okay.
He's because Kazuya was the hero of, well, the main protagonist of the first couple games, but then turned evil because of the latent devil gene inside him. And then in Tekken 3, his son is one of the main playable characters with his exact moveset, but good.
But good. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What the hell is a devil gene? And why do these fathers and sons keep throwing each other off cliffs? Well, it revolves around these three men. Heihachi Mishima, his son Kazuya Mishima, and his son Jin Kazama.
Now, which is the one I can play
When
in Smash
Kazuya
Bros?
was just 5 years old, his
Kazuya.
father, Heihachi, feared the
The
boy
oldest or the
possessed the
youngest?
devil gene,
The middle
which is
was the
passed
father,
down
but not
through
the grandfather.
generations to the bearer's children. It allows the host to transform into a winged demon that possesses incredible
RoboCop has a
strength
mask.
and power. So, Heihachi did what any loving father would do. Threw Kazuya off this cliff to see.
It's my other favorite part is off this cliff. As if he is actually on location in a PlayStation 1 game.
Of course. I'll say this is my sole experience, not having cousins in France, but my brother had PlayStation and had OG PlayStation, and this was Tekken 2 is basically, I think, the only game we really played.
My main Tekken experience was Tekken Tag Tournament for PS2.
Got it. Yeah, I'm all about Tekken 2.
21 years training to become a deadly fighter. The hatred he harbored for his father fueling his motivations.
Reached anime levels.
Oh, I love this. I love this documentary footage of going back to the earliest moments.
And then, in a moment of poetic justice,
Remember when these cutscenes looked good to us?
Well, also the difference between Tekken and Tekken 2 is huge. I never
Kazuya has
played
turned
Tekken,
even
but
more
looking at it, it's
sinister
like
than his father was. But it brings us to the one
primitive
woman
compared to Tekken
who
2.
saw the potential good in Kazuya. Animal rights activist Jun Kazama.
Animal rights
They would
activist.
have a child.
Playable
The third piece
character and
of this
animal rights
multi-sided
activist.
puzzle, Jin Kazama. Jin grew up without knowing his father. And after tragedy suddenly befell his mother, Jim sought out his grandfather and would be trained in the Mishima fighting ways by none other than Heihachi Mishima. Ever the opportunist, and knowing Jin possessed the devil gene, Heihachi would use Jin
Glad we got back to
until
the devil
ultimately
gene.
betraying his grandson, shooting him at point-blank range in the face. However, death was not for Jin. And what would kill
Death was not,
Was not
for
for
Jin.
Jin.
any other man
It's in
would
listen,
trigger
why?
what had laid dormant in
I don't
Jin
want to question it
until
because I'm
that
glad it
moment.
exists, but
And
why is this happening?
Devil
Why
Jin was
is it?
Because Tekken 8 came out.
Got it.
Since then, these three
I mean,
men
who else
have
are you gonna
fought
get
for
against each
Tekken
other
8?
It was
time
like
and time again.
peak succession. It was like right around the time that ended too. And
It's
so
about
they did
families,
this.
about fathers and sons, which is what
This
Succession's
is
about.
until the
Exactly.
most recent tournament.
I mean,
where Kazuya
I'm surprised
faced
Kendall
off
didn't get
against his
thrown
father,
off a cliff
Heihachi,
into a
for the
volcano.
final time by taking his life and throwing the body into a volcano, like only a Mishima can.
Can he win an Oscar for this commercial?
He
For this?
should.
Yeah.
Which brings us to now.
Exactly, a whom named Maddie.
Kazuya's complete global control is almost at hand. and his power is seemingly unchecked. However, now fully healed from his own battles, Jin has resurfaced
And walking away from
and is
collapsing
focused
buildings.
on stopping his father to become not just the newest champion of the King of Iron Fist tournament, but possibly the savior of all mankind.
Is that an animals rights activist I see?
That's Nina, who's a different character, and I think is like an
What's so
assassin.
funny is
Oh, those were her assassin's panties we just saw flash.
Yeah, probably. She's the silent assassin.
The huge thing for Tekken 2 at least was how many characters and how many bizarre characters, because we didn't see any bizarre characters in that whole thing.
We didn't see the
bizarre
playable
characters
wooden
gone
dummy.
away.
I did not see Yoshimitsu there.
Where's Yoshimitsu? I mean, Yoshimitsu is definitely my go-to.
He has the
character.
flea sword technique.
Yeah, he could you could damage yourself with one of your moves.
So Tekken 8 has
I forgot
Kazuya,
King, the one with
Jun,
the jaguar head.
Yeah, Jun, the animal rights activist.
Oh my god, Paul's
not aging great.
He's the Hollywood actor, right?
Yeah, who used to have hair a mile tall.
Do they still have the kangaroo?
They have Kuma still. And
There's the bear. They got Kuma.
Yeah.
There's
And they have
Yoshimitsu,
Panda.
full demon.
Oh, and Panda.
And Devil Jin.
I mean,
And Victor. Oh my god, Victor has entered the battle.
Victor, refined violence.
the kangaroo or the kangaroo's double character, which was like a velociraptor.
They also don't have the little dinosaur who breathes fire.
Yeah.
All right, who's the pink trans girl bait that's in there? The one that you might think, oh, well, I want to play her. She's fun. Who's the
Elisa?
pink? Who's this? Yeah.
Right.
Elisa
A fairy? What?
She's a robot fairy.
Oh no! Not to play Tekken now?
Yeah, she's an android fairy built to protect Jin Kazama.
No, I'm an android fairy built to protect Jin Kazama.
Former head of the Mishima Zaibatsu, designed to always abide by Jin's orders, Elisa's control over her own actions was temporarily overridden by her master, forcing her to engage in a battle to the death against Lars Alexanderson, despite her feelings for him. The battle caused her systems to shut down. However, thanks to the efforts of Lars and others, Elisa is miraculously rebooted and is now a member of the rebel army. Yet, Elisa noticed a worrying development. Information regarding Lars frequently interrupted her thought processes and caused her temperature to rise. Believing it to be a critical malfunction, Elisa begs her creator, Dr. Boskanovich, to fix her. After a few weeks, she receives a major update and learns some surprising truths. There was no malfunction to be found. What's more, the function that Jin had used to control her, such as when he commanded her to fight Lars, no longer exists. Go on now, you are free. You may do as you like. Dr. Boskanovich gives her a gentle smile, and for a moment, Elisa thinks she sees a faint resemblance to someone she once knew. She smiles back. As she flies home, she quietly makes a promise to herself. This time around, I'll use my own free will. This time, I choose to fight at Lars's side.
Just like every trans girl stream.
That was Eddie Gordo.
Oh my
who
word.
I think has like someone who has his moveset but isn't him in the game.
Can we look up? Can we see
I like-
Yoshimitsu?
Oh, they got rid of Gunjack too. He had guns for hands.
I mean, Yoshimitsu. This was
legend.
to play.
Oh yeah, Yoshimitsu's great. A mechanized space ninja. Wait, he's from space in Tekken now?
Oh wow.
Oh, Eddie's DLC, of course.
Oh my god, really? Yeah, I mean,
I like
he was
country.
always-
None. Because he's from space.
Wait, no, it says country none, formerly
Japan.
Country
Because
none.
he was I think he was human and then somehow went to space.
Interesting.
Nina's from the original game too.
Yeah.
And so therefore, she has a much better plastic surgeon than Paul Phoenix does.
Nina Williams is a master of the lethal arts and a professional killer known by the alias of Silent Assassin. She was commander of the Special Forces unit Tekken Force. But now she's a freelance. She's an independent contractor. She doesn't get a W-2 anymore. Oh, here's Jack. Jack 8.
Oh, Jack 8.
There's all these people I don't know, but there's no kangaroo.
No kangaroo.
What is the kangaroo from?
Tekken.
It was just in Tekken 2.
Tekken 2?
Tekken
Tekken
2.
Tag Tournament?
Was that?
They were in Tekken Tag Tournament, too.
Oh, good.
Is it Roger, Roger Jr., and Alex?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Excuse me, wait. He is one of 3 boxing kangaroos, the others being his ex-wife and his son, Roger Jr.
Yeah.
His ex-wife is Roger's wife,
Nice.
who was playable.
Nice.
Oh, I see. In Tekken Tag Tournament 2, the character was named Roger Jr., but it was technically her with Roger Jr. in her pouch.
Oh, interesting.
Got it. Yeah, and then the other counterpart is the dinosaur. Or
Yeah. Alex.
Because that was fun, because you beat the game as the kangaroo, and then you unlock the same character, but it's a dinosaur now.
Yeah, he's a genetically modified dinosaur created for military purposes.
What's the story of the tiger with the person with the tiger's head again?
King?
King. What's their story?
Let's go for the people's version of it, not the official Namco one. So King, there's been 2 kings. They're both called just King, but there's King 1 and King 2.
Okay.
They're both luchadors from Mexico who support orphans across the world.
But also have tiger heads.
They're masks.
Oh, those are masks. They just wear...
They're jaguar masks that the luchadors are wearing, yeah.
Okay. Because that looks really realistic enough for me to just think that they had...
And there's also Armor King, who's king but in armor.
Of course.
Of course.
And who can forget those the moves you'd have to do in this game? It's one of those games where you could have look through it and they would have some really complex combinations.
Well, it's funny you say that because on the official site for every character on every fighter's page. Oh no, I'm not. No. Show me fighters. Let's go to Panda. So you're like reading about Panda, and then it's their character moveset.
Yeah, let's look at that.
They're still having printouts that you can have of their movesets. Oh, I wish they did.
Click on Panda's
the demon's paw.
Oh my God.
Strong forward. Why?
Click Tekken 8 reveal trailer. Panda's reveal trailer.
Oh, it didn't. It opened it in a new tab. Thank you. This is just, here they all are.
Here's the moves. This is how you do stuff.
You know, Captain Falcon says, show me your moves. Well, here they are.
He does.
And martial law, still in the game.
Boy, can I imagine my disappointment when I first played the Captain Falcon racing game and realized it was only a racing game and there was no plot and Captain Falcon didn't do anything.
Yeah.
He's essentially just a vehicle.
Yeah, he's just a vehicle. There's no real plot. I'm like, wow, literally the Smash Brothers games make him look infinitely cooler than his Origin game.
Yeah, I definitely remember playing Smash Brothers and being like, I just don't recognize him. Like
yeah, I had no idea who he was before Smash Bros.
Who is this guy who keeps showing me his moves?
Mm-hmm. And he loves saying his own name.
I mean, speaking of Smash Brothers.
Well, remember, we're not talking about Smash Brothers because this is not a Smash Brother. We're talking about fighting games. We're not talking about smashing games. I love it.
Well,
that is a really good summation of the main 3 peoples in story in Tekken. But how does any other person in Tekken fill into that storyline?
Like Heihachi, like the grandfather employed Nina in the Tekken Force when she was an assassin. So like they all sort of are in the orbit of the like Heihachi Daibatsu, the corporation that Heihachi runs.
That's fair.
Brian is a robot who I think has to kill someone generally in the game. Oh, yeah, Kazuya's in Brawl.
Yes.
There's probably a Jin alternate. There might be a Jin alternate.
There's a Jin in Marvel vs. Capcom, and I'm never quite sure which game that Jin is from.
Interesting.
Great point. Well, I can actually tell you what game that Jin is from. Well, a game that Jin is in is a game called Tech Romancer.
Wow.
Oh no.
It's not
Why?
what you think.
It's definitely what you think.
There is hot robot on robot action, but it's not quite in the way you think. But it is a fighting game.
The only characters that were playable in all of them and didn't appear just in cameo, surprisingly, are King, Nina, Paul, and Yoshimitsu, because the Mishimas are split up due to father and son and grandson not all appearing at once, and martial law.
Let me get a different video.
Cameos in the third one.
Yeah, there's somewhere like because Jin's not in the first two. I think they do take Kazuya out for a little bit. I thank you for that, Eric Germ.
Yeah, Kazuya's in all of them except for the third one. He's in a cameo, which is the same as martial law.
Okay, here's what Techromancer looked like. But I'm trying to find Jin if I can, because Jin is the one that connects all this. Here we go.
Yes.
Must have played Tekken 3 because I remember the Brazilian fighter Eddie.
So yeah, it had a whole anime opening,
Oh, wow.
and it's just a fighting game where you pilot giant robots. And the red robot is Jin's robot.
Yes. I mean, I guess I should have realized this was a game like because Jin was one of my go-tos in Marvel vs. Capcom 2. Not because I knew anything about him, but I tried him out. And you press buttons, and all of a sudden, this just big, giant robotic arm comes in and just starts shooting the other player.
But
It's,
Marvel vs. Capcom was how I found out about Jin for the first time.
Yes.
Should we jump over, since we've introduced the Tekken series, to
No,
Marvel
yeah.
vs. Capcom, or are there other Capcom fighter games that we have
Well,
to get to first before?
So that depends. Do we want to go chronologically through the Marvel fighting
I don't know.
games?
You only got an hour and a half left to give me the rundown of all these fighting games and their plots, and Brian Cox isn't here to help you, so...
Oh my god, I would love if he just explained every single fighting video game.
So
The
you
Soul
saw...
Calibur is an evil force!
So this is X-Men Children of the Atom, the first of the Marvel Capcom fighting games. And it's basically the plot of Fatal Attractions, the comic book arc. But you just are fighting your way through the X-Men until you get to Magneto.
Oh wow,
I mean,
Juggernaut looks so big.
Look how much fun that looks. So that's just fun.
And then you fight Magneto. And this one was famous for Wolverine being kind of broken because he was very fast. And he was so fast that later on they slowed him down, and then in Marvel vs. Capcom 2, there's two Wolverines. Adamantium Wolverine, who's still pretty fast, and Bone Claw Wolverine, who's slower again.
And I mean, and of course, preceding this is famously Street Fighter.
What system
notably
is
Street
this?
Fighter 2.
This was
What's that?
arcade.
Yeah,
Arcade?
this is
Arcade, okay.
yeah, this is too nice to.
It got ported
That's-
too, but
I was confused.
yeah.
Yeah,
And then once you beat Magneto, you get an ending. It's over, bub. You can either come with me or I drag you. It's your choice. And now what's funny is you can see the limited animation. This is how all of the endings are. They're always these people surrounding Magneto and your character in their idle animation while dialogue goes over their heads.
Oh no, they just got.
Because Magneto does. You can't defeat Magneto, but yeah, you run away and reunite with the X-Men.
Iceman.
Psylocke in the front there.
Oh, there's
After
Psylocke.
you beat the shit out of them earlier, they're like, hey, what's going on here?
I
It's
think
always
that,
awkward. And this time you're going to fight yourself for some reason.
he calls people bub in the "Turn Off Your Phones" video that they did for Wolverine versus Deadpool and Wolverine. When he breaks the fourth wall, he calls you bub and tells you to turn off your phone. Oh,
I know he says it.
Jean had
in,
flowers.
In Wolverine Origins Wolverine.
I wonder how much money it cost
I like
to,
the-
you know, to rent the dump trucks of money to give to Hugh Jackman to come back as Wolverine.
I feel like it wasn't anymore. I don't think it was super outlandish. I mean, just as outlandish as it would be for continuing all the other times he's come back.
Well, I mean, he said he would
done.
never. He said he was done. So that's what I mean.
Well-
Is to get his body into shape again as a now 50-year-old person to do this, and yeah.
But what he said was, "I won't do it unless I'm in the MCU."
Well,
And he is, and he knows Ryan Reynolds.
well, we all know Ryan Reynolds.
After X-Men: Children of the well, he like personally knows Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, I know. We all do. We've all been in a Mint Mobile commercial. He's gotten around to all of us by now.
That's true. I mean, it's true. But so after X-Men: Children of the Atom, there was Marvel Superheroes, where the story is. So get this: Thanos has gotten the Infinity Gauntlet, and you have to take him down.
Then he would never get the Infinity Gauntlet. That seems implausible.
And so in this you had Hulk, Wolverine, Spider-Man, Magneto, Juggernaut, Iron Man, Psylocke again, Captain America, Shuma Gorath, who's basically Cthulhu, and Blackheart. This was also arcade, but then got ported to other systems.
Also, yeah, they were both.
Yeah, they were both in Origins. And so as you fight people, you knock the Infinity Gems out of their inventories, and you get them, and you can use them to get like bonuses in your fight.
Which is how you really, what the stones were really meant for.
And then partway through the game, you fight all the playable characters, and then what's this? A sub-boss of Doctor Doom?
Oh my god.
He'll move eventually, for sure. And then you fight Thanos in outer space, and he has all the gems. Story, legitimately, Tekken does have more of a story than any of these crossover games. Because soon after this, it gets even looser.
Yeah,
Spider-Man, stop! He's already dead! You can only hit him against the edge of the screen so much!
I didn't realize it was just going to be Spider-Man bullying people in this playthrough.
This is a speed run.
Yeah? Oh yeah, Spider-Man can top people.
Maximum Spider.
Yeah. And then you get, this time the ending's a little nicer, because see, oh, look, you got the gems! You freed that guy, and him,
God.
and Thor.
You reversed the White Witch's power over Narnia.
Exactly. And then you get still pictures for your ending.
Oh my god. I was just about to shower! Ooh!
It's surprising how many of these games existed before the ones I'm familiar with.
Funny you should ask, Tiger. Thanos just came over. Oh my god, it ends... The happy ending is you kill Thanos and you find out that Spider-Man canonically had sex?
If you play as Spider-Man, yeah. Oh, there was Drax in there too, yeah. It's also my main exposure to Blackheart. I think he's also in the second Ghost Rider movie.
Jeez, brag more,
Okay,
Peter
so that
Parker.
arguably is just the prologue.
Yes.
To the actual Versus series proper.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to know how Yoshimitsu met Jubilee.
Because there's, of course, what comes after Marvel superheroes? But X-Men versus Street Fighter.
Right. Right.
Oh, he was in that skyscraper that was blowing up at the top of Tekken 8. It was really sad. A marvelous team up.
And yeah, like this was what introduced the tagging in and out system that is in Marvel vs. Capcom.
Street Fighter. Well, you have to teach me what exactly is a Street Fighter before we get into this.
Oh no.
I don't
That's
know.
A good question.
I don't know how to deal with any of that information.
What's a Street Fighter?
What is a Street Fighter?
What is a Street Fighter?
What are they fighting?
each other on the streets. Okay,
And
so
why-
M. Bison leads the criminal organization known as Shadowloo,
Okay.
and the various characters fight each other in his tournament until they eventually fight him as the final boss and take him down. And like Chun-Li is a cop who works for Interpol. Ryu wants to just be the strongest fighter there is.
You're just doing this off the dome, which is what's frustrating.
Blanca's like a genetic experiment who can shoot electricity. Dhalsim's a yogi who can stretch his limbs and shoot fire.
I mean, I think a genetic mutant in a street fight seems to be at an unfair advantage.
I do
You think so, but he
I
doesn't
do
usually
think we
win.
need to go way back to help you out and look up the original Street Fighter.
Great point. This is Super Street Fighter 2, which is one of
This
the
is
many
like-
versions of Street Fighter 2.
Yeah, but this is like pretty iconic. This is like the I think one was
Hadouken!
or of course there's like the anniversary one too.
This wasn't even the intro I thought it was going to be.
I know, right?
I thought it was going to be this one that's parodied.
In the Simpsons.
Yeah.
Sorry. That's awesome. So
But-
good.
Here's the actual.
Okay, thank God. Yes. Iconic.
But so this was in the original you could only play as Ryu
Yes.
Oh, really?
because it was very early arcade, and so you could only play as one character. And so the part of the innovation of this one was, what if a fighting game had multiple characters?
Oh, wow. So that people were like, wait a minute, I'm confused.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So,
They're all
you could
they're
be-
world champions, so they all represent different stereotypes.
Exactly. So yeah, I mean that's
You know-
a long-standing problem with Street Fighter, also. But
Also, you know how Brazilians are represented by a bugbear, just like in real life.
yeah. And Guile is like the Guile as the American is the most accurate.
I mean,
I
was
just
always
picked him
loved
up from
Blanca.
Florida.
I always went
Yeah.
with Blanca.
I liked Blanca because he was fun.
But then when you get into later Street Fighter, I would be Vega
What is a Blanca?
as well.
He's the genetic mutant.
Oh, do all of these have to have a genetic mutant?
No, he's the only one
Those
who's a
are
genetic
just the
mutant.
guys.
Oh, his birth name is Jimmy.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Guile like just trained
They're
himself.
not
It just
showing
says
there
army
he goes.
training.
He does that. He electrocutes. He's like the Hulk, but he's electric.
Electric Hulk.
Yeah.
Incredible.
So that's that one. And then that was incredibly successful, like to the point that there's
It defined this type of game. It really is the genesis of.
Well, yeah.
fighting games are mostly are to one degree or another largely Street Fighter 2 likes.
Yes.
They're the ones that spawned the rest. And Mortal Kombat's whole deal was just, it was
And there's
bloody,
5
right?
versions of Street Fighter 2. There's Street Fighter 2 The World Warrior, Champion Edition Turbo, Super Street Fighter 2, and Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo.
Let's see. So it was violence, but it was also they had like the photograph characters. You know, they were done through like, so it had this like realistic look to it. But also, I mean, the fatalities and all of the funny things you could do in the game. I mean, yeah.
Amazing. So I also like that the Street Fighter 2 featured the CPU exclusive characters of Balrog, an American boxer similar to Mike Tyson, Vega, a Spanish bullfighter, Sagat, a Muay Thai boxer, and M. Bison himself.
Well, originally in the Japanese version, the character America knows as M. Bison is Balrog, and the boxer is M. Bison, but they changed it. Yeah, he's Mike Bison, but they changed it for legal concerns.
Interesting.
Someone had asked, I think it was Void at the beginning of the show. But I'm gonna go ahead and do it. Let's name all of the ninjas from Mortal Kombat. You got Scorpion, you got Reptile, you got Smoke, you got Sub-Zero.
Yeah.
You got what's his name? Eckhard?
No.
mean, I feel like that's all of them. Oh, Noob Saibot, of course.
There's so many. There's Rain.
What's
There's
that?
Rain.
Oh, Rain, of course.
Chameleon.
Yeah, Chameleon.
Or you're thinking Ermac, right?
Ermac, yeah.
Which is, yeah. There's Noob Saibot. You said there's Sector.
No, Sector's a robot though.
So you specifically mean the palette swap ninja?
That's what I thought was asked. Actually, it was a while ago. If we're talking about the robots, then you got because Smoke was both.
Smoke started as palette swap, and then
yeah,
because literally in one of the early Mortal Kombats, this is how the ninja were handled. Happy Pride, by the way.
Happy Pride.
Oh my god.
But the ninja were just different colors. That's it.
Yep. Oh, well, howdy, partner.
Yeah.
We are indeed.
We were walking Missy through the Marvel Versus series, and then took a detour to Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat.
A detour to some Mortal Kombat. I remember having the player's guide, like the strategy guide for Mortal Kombat 3 Ultimate, and basically at summer camp, instead of going in the pool for the camp, playing at the arcade game there, so that I can show off all the moves I can do, because I had that strategy guide.
I can never figure out combo guides in fighting games.
Yeah.
I do them and then they just don't go, and other people it works for them, and I'm like, I don't know what I did wrong.
And so in X-Men versus Street Fighter, your lineup was half X-Men, half Street Fighter. You had Magneto, Juggernaut, Sabretooth, Storm, Gambit Rogue, Wolverine, and Cyclops. Because, of course, this is like peak 90s X-Men era. So the cartoon very much is shaping that.
And so everyone knows what those adaptations look like.
And notably in Street Fighter, you mostly have the people who were in Street Fighter 2, except Guile's, I think, dead at the time, so it's Charlie instead who has his moveset, and then Cammy added in.
And M. Bison as a playable
And M. Bison as an actual playable character, because the boss of this, and this is a bit of a hallmark for this series, is not a normal-sized villain.
It's Apocalypse, but he big?
Apocalypse gets big!
Oh.
And this is the first game that introduced What If character big.
Well, I believe mostly some of the Marvel vs. Capcom 2, which I believe has as a boss, but Galactus is a legitimately big
Yeah, Cyclops ain't using his laser power very much.
And then after you beat Apocalypse, you have to fight your teammate to determine who wins.
Wow. I guess X-Men win.
And so X-Men win. And you once again, you get nicer stills. With these chill beats to relax to.
You are a great fighter.
It's up to you to keep the dream of peace alive.
Us.
Well, exactly. So howdy, partner. We looked at X-Men Children of the Atom, and we looked at Marvel superheroes, and so now we're on X-Men versus Street Fighter. But do you think we're to Marvel versus Capcom yet? Because we're not.
Of course not.
Because the follow-up to Marvel superheroes to X-Men versus Street Fighter is what I literally just said. Marvel superheroes versus Street Fighter.
Wow.
So they have more than just the X-Men.
Yeah, we're not just talking the X-Men anymore. We're in the whole wider Marvel universe.
This is why DC had to go over to Mortal Kombat.
Yep.
This is also the introduction of very excited announcers to the series. But you see Apocalypse is back, so it's not like that different. But yeah, now you've got, again, half and half. You got Cyclops and Wolverine as the only X-Men who are back. With the rest pulled from Marvel superheroes, except for Omega Red, of course, a Marvel X-Men villain who hadn't been seen in the series since X-Men Children of the Atom.
And also, we have alien guys back.
Yeah, Shuma Gorath's back.
Yep.
And
who you saw in Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, if I'm not mistaken.
That's right. And then Akuma's a playable character now, who's a demon with a better version of Ryu's moveset. And Dan, who's a fanboy, kind of like who's like a joke character, who like signs autographs and throws them at people.
Which one's Dan?
He's the guy in the pink gi with the black T-shirt underneath.
Amazing! I want to see Dan's playing.
Let me pull up a Dan playthrough. There's also in one of these has a Japanese exclusive character.
Oh.
I think it's this one, because I think they replaced that character with Dan.
Was the original character just too darn sexy for Western audiences?
No. I don't... Oh, it's because he was created with a comedian from Japan, I think. And so they were like, Americans won't get it.
We'll give you a different joke character.
Aha, no, so it's the Capcom, Nippon TV, and a rival co-own the character, so Capcom just couldn't bring him to America. They just didn't have the rights. Okay, here's a Dan and Akuma playthrough, so you can see what the gameplay of this one's like.
Oh, and of course, Missy, we didn't even get into all the different versions of Street Fighter 2 that exist.
There's 5.
There's 5. Wow.
Marvel vs. Capcom has more of his joke, because in Marvel vs. Capcom, you have assistant characters who aren't playable and just come out and do a single move, and his there is throwing his autograph at people.
I love that Mega Man's back there.
Oh, yeah.
Interesting. This is Mega Man's first appearance in a Capcom fighting game.
Yeah.
Maybe. I mean, maybe it's in the background of another one.
I'm assuming he appears as a fighter in actual Marvel vs. Capcom.
He becomes a playable character in Marvel vs. Capcom.
And so, yeah, there's 2 bosses now. There's Apocalypse again, and then there's Cyber Akuma.
Oh, no.
What if Akuma was a robot?
And so you could be a Akuma versus Cyber Akuma.
And
in
here
fact,
it
it's
is.
happening right now. Apocalypse really needed a
and now these are the endings, at least for Dan and Akuma.
I think it's all we have. Dan.
It's all we have, Dan. Please,
Akuma, don't boast of your victory just yet.
What?
It's Cyber Dan.
Ouch, that hurt.
And that's your ending.
Love it.
So as you can see, they're very much like,
Yep.
Maybe we can just acknowledge that we don't care about the plot.
The lore of these is beautiful and impenetrable.
It's just amazing how many there are, because they just...
Well, and I'm assuming only midway through, because what's the next one in the series?
Well, the next one is...
Is it SNK?
No. Oh, no. We're not out of the Marvel era yet. Because the next one is...
Oh, there you go.
Marvel vs. Capcom.
I mean, now we're talking.
That's true. They did try eventually doing a full-on story mode.
Oh, let's explain why these heroes are fighting against each other. No, it's unnecessary.
Well, also then, by that point, you're pretty deeply into the MCU era.
Yes.
So it's also...
Oh.
It was also Infinity based, right? Or
It is, but they're also playing it a little less fast and loose in general.
So slower and less intense.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I'd say that's fair. But then this is where I think that a lot of people were first introduced to Jin.
Marvel versus Capcom.
And so yeah, you have Chun-Li, Ryu, Zangief, Morrigan from Darkstalkers.
There's Mega Man.
Captain Commando, who's Capcom's former mascot, which is why his name is Capcom. Mega Man, Strider, Hiryu, Spider-Man, and then Jin and Captain America Venom. This is Venom's debut in a fighting game.
And which is the one that's like supplely pushing her breasts around?
And that's Morrigan from Darkstalkers.
Okay.
And yeah, they removed Iron Man and put War Machine in.
Incredible.
Wow.
And this is where Wolverine has his bone claws.
Wow. That's even weirder.
And those are his moves with his robot.
Oh, is that Morrigan?
Yes.
That's like an adaptation of the traditional, like, Celtic figure known as the Morrigan?
I think she's a succubus.
In what was that from 2? There's a movie where it just shoots the other opponent like 27 times and then
Cable?
it punches it.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, he has that in this too.
Oh, in this too? Okay, good.
They just didn't use it for some reason. And then the boss of this one is Onslaught, the merging of the fractured psyches of Professor Charles Xavier and Magneto.
Wow, that's deep.
And you might think, oh, interesting. Huh. That's like a normal-sized boss. Right? Like,
Yeah, that
that's
just
not
seems
big.
like a character that's on a screen.
But then he is big.
Oh, no.
And his moveset is based on Magneto, except for having a giant hand.
Oh, no.
Oh, and there's Storm as the assist character who just pops out a limited number of times and does a move. Yeah, it's Onslaught. I said it's Onslaught. Onslaught, based on the fractured psyches of Professor Charles Xavier and Magneto.
And oh wow, you're doing this in New York on a building.
Well, because in the comics with Onslaught, the final battle takes place in New York.
You know what they should do, which I don't think they've done? They should do a Marvel versus Capcom, but it's the Marvel and DC characters who get swapped together.
And so this time you have slight animations. Yeah. And
these characters are also parts of the Avengers too, canonically.
Well, they're working with the Avengers.
Oh, got it. I guess they have to introduce themselves, so they're not working one with one.
And of course, this is the plot line that led to the brief reboot in the comics where all the Marvel characters got sucked into a pocket universe so that the Image Comics creators could reboot all of them before they came back. And it's the source of the famous Captain America meme by Rob Liefeld is from Heroes Reborn.
Which Captain America meme?
Yeah, what meme?
Oh, the one where you'll know when you see it.
Well, there's one that comes to my mind right away, which is Hell Hydra.
Oh, that's not the one.
That's way too old. Oh,
Oh,
yes,
Yeah, with big pecs.
that is impossible.
But okay, so then after that, this I think, because what's fun is technically the Capcom versus series and the Marvel versus series are different series.
and so now they split off.
Yeah.
And we
Well,
have a
there's
different
still-
Marvel versus and a different Capcom versus.
It's just Marvel which versus other things, I think. Oh no.
Okay, so now we make there's Capcom versus, because
Okay.
now is when Capcom starts seeing other franchises.
Okay.
Oh, right, of course.
Like new franchises.
The one, of course. There's the one on the Wii. This is probably later, but it's in the title. There's also Tatsunoko.
Yeah, but that's not where we are yet.
No, that's way down the line.
Wait, this can't be first. I guess. What? Oh, okay. So they did 2 simultaneously. One of them has been released has been ported for the Switch.
Okay.
Okay, yes.
Which is Capcom SNK versus Capcom Card Fighters Clash.
What's SNK?
It's another game company.
Okay.
I've never
heard the ones that make that.
Yeah, they do like King of Fighters.
Yeah.
What?
So this is one of them, where it's just, a card game. But the one that I think made a bigger splash. Yeah, they did also. I think they also did Metal Slug.
Yeah.
But the bigger one was SNK versus Capcom, the match of the millennium.
Ooh.
Oh, wait, no, this isn't even the one I'm thinking of.
Oh, there's too many for you to think of.
I don't care about SNK, so I'm not keeping these as straight in my head. This
Fatal
one
Fury
is
all the SNK.
Samurai Showdown.
This one's like a Game Boy fighting game.
I have no idea what this is.
They actually fight. This is Terry from Fatal Fury,
who's also in
Smash.
We've seen 4 or 5 people who are in Smash.
King of Fighters is technically an SNK crossover.
Well,
right?
There's 2 of them. Both of these characters are in Smash.
And I get so annoyed that they have some of their combos require you to do the combos that you do in the fighter games. Because I'm like, I got Smash Brothers to avoid doing that.
No,
I don't know how to do combos. It's too much.
Okay, this is the one I knew more about, which was arcade-based, which is Capcom versus SNK Millennium Fight 2000. It came out in 2000.
Whoa.
And so it was in more of the art style of like Street Fighter 3. Which Hunter played recently on Twitch. But I like that each fighter gets labeled as a Capcom or an SNK fighter too. In part because I feel like with this one, the identities of the franchises are a little less distinct. But yeah, they had Fatal Fury, Go Mark of the Wolves, Samurai Showdown, Art of Fighting, The Last Blade. They have a ton. SNK does a ton of stuff.
Oogan.
And then M. Bison and M. Bison.
M. Bison.
They're both there. Oh, right. Vega. That's right. Vega was M. Bison. Balrog was Vega.
I love Vega.
And it looks like the endings are kind of like a slideshow. And then the same year as that, also in 2000, was a game I'm a lot more familiar with. Which was arcades, Dreamcast, PS2.
Yes, this is the one. I mean, this is the one I played by far the most.
And look at how many characters.
What's that?
Look at all the characters.
Oh yeah. And this was one I did play in arcade because this was like worth playing.
I loved this in arcades, but also had it on Dreamcast.
On Dreamcast, yeah.
Which was the only one that was like arcade perfect.
Yeah.
And on Dreamcast, the time on that clock was the actual current time. And yeah, this upped the ante where you could have 3 characters, not just 2.
Insane.
And this is, I think, the only time Cable's been playable in a fighting game. And it brought back Iron Man. It brought back basically every playable character in the entire series.
Oh yeah.
Because I think even at the time they knew this was essentially the swan song of the Marvel vs. series. And while they did bring it back later, it was after a long time.
Oh yeah. But also, eventually, all of the rights got mixed up, and you can't do those anymore.
Well, but now they could.
Oh, now they could? Okay.
I mean, Marvel owns it all again.
Oh, right. Yeah, give us a...
And I think Marvel always had the video game rights. I think it was just...
Give us a game with every single player they've ever had all in one game. Do an Ultimate like Smash Brothers.
Well, and bring back, like, you could also bring in new, like, MCU characters who weren't prominent when the Versus series was happening.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like, you could get Gamora or Rocket Raccoon. Well, you get some of those in Marvel vs. Capcom.
I was going to say Rocket
3.
Raccoon is... I think is Rocket Raccoon in this game?
No.
Okay.
None of the Guardians are in this one.
I definitely feel like I was introduced to Rocket Raccoon from a video.
He's in Marvel vs. Capcom 3.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
But... Oh, and this is a Mingo from a rhythm game, I believe? Or is it Mingo Darkstalkers? Oh, he's a new character. He's a new character who was introduced in this game.
There you go.
He's on a journey to find the source of the death of all plant life on Earth.
I love those attacks where you just get like a big gun and just...
That's true. Yeah. Yeah, I thought it was Samba de Amigo too, but apparently he debuts in this. I don't know how we would know that his story is anything, because there's no dialogue in this game. There's no plot. They just completely abandon it.
The internet existed at that point, so they just put it all online.
And then you fight all your characters, and then you get to the end, and what's that? A normal-sized boss named Abyss.
I want Marvel versus Capcom versus Public Domain. Get Sherlock Holmes in here. Get Prospero from The Tempest.
So Marvel versus Capcom versus the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen?
Shut the fuck up! Alan Moore doesn't have the right on all public domain characters just because he shoved them and non-public domain ones obtusely.
What is this boss here? Abyss?
Abyss. He's original to this game.
Okay. We need to see some Mega Man action. We haven't seen any Mega Man.
We do need to see some Mega Man. And Roll is also in this one. They have Roll, Mega Man's sister.
How does Mega Man have a sister? Is Mega Man an actual person?
He's a robot. He's a robot who in Japan is named Rock. And his sister's Roll.
Roll.
So it's Rockman and Roll.
All of the Mega Man characters in Japanese are music jokes.
Yeah. Like Bass is Bass. There's Bass and his dog Treble.
Yep.
Oh no.
Oh, this is Servbot, not Mega Man.
Wait, Legos.
No, that's
Servbot.
Servbot.
Who's legally distinct from Lego.
Of course.
Where's Mega Man? No? Well, there's Roll.
Mega Man just keeps popping in and out.
There's Mega Man. And Rush is always there when Mega Man's fighting. And when Mega Man gets a super, Mega Man gets big.
This 3D background is very distracting with these 2D characters.
Yeah, it's weird that they did the 2D characters with the 3D background in this one.
Wow, Roll can Hadouken.
And this is the final form of the boss, and then the endings. Come on, Mega Man. There we go. Oh, so yeah, because you have 3 people, if you have your charge meter saved up, you can do all 3 combos at once. Exactly.
Hey.
It used to be... Oh, Jim Sterling had a video recently about this with the release of Multiversus, about how it used to be novel and cool. And now the crossover fighting game is just the company throwing all their IP into a flavorless slurry.
I'm sorry.
Exactly. It was much cooler.
Do you think it's not novel and cool that Homelander and Omni-Man can be in Mortal Kombat 1?
Or that Agent Smith can fight the Banana Guard from Adventure Time? This is the ending. You just get stills. That's it.
I hate that it's called Mortal Kombat 1. I forgot.
We should have gone back to Mortal Kombat 10 when you could have had Freddy versus Predator versus Alien versus Jason. Or Mortal Kombat 11, where you could have fought with John Rambo, RoboCop, the T-800.
Spawn isn't one of them.
Spawn is one of them.
RoboCop?
And Joker. And Joker. I said RoboCop. Yeah.
Oh. So this was 2000. And for 11 years, the series lay dormant.
Yep, the twisted jonker himself.
The jonker. Because until 2011, there was nothing. And in 2011, we got Marvel vs. Capcom 3. I don't care. You didn't make this. This is just their video.
No, I made that video.
Capcom presents Marvel Comics.
Presents.
Oh, that's cool. So as you can see, they're like, ooh, we should treat this series with gravitas now. But the problem is, they're not very good at it, so it's still dumb.
No, stick to duty.
And so the plot of this one is... There is a plot.
Marvel. Capcom.
The succubus is gonna get you.
So in this one, the plot is that Doctor Doom has assembled the greatest villains of the Marvel Universe and joined forces with Albert Wesker from Resident Evil to unite their respective universes in an effort to conquer both.
Well,
I think it's the next one that has more of a, like, thing with the villains merging. Like Sigma from Mega Man X merges with someone else. Oh, we should watch the Injustice trailer.
so much happening still.
But look who's in it.
I bet these have to be so cool to some people.
See how many times people just are like, come on, fresh start, let's get through it.
Yeah, and this is basically the beta of Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3, which is the next game. That's the actual, like,
interesting
follow-up. But Deadpool has a move where he can beat you with his health bar.
That's funny.
Incredible.
And he has a bunch of quirky quips that break the fourth wall. I think this is the... Yeah. That's Nova. Dick Ryder. The famous Marvel character Richard Ryder, aka Dick Ryder. Hulk Smash. No, I want like actual gameplay, not like what if they didn't move.
I believe this is around the time that we should also watch, of course, we mentioned already, DC's response.
Yes, we absolutely have to.
Hey, I freaking love Street Fighter. Want to grab your spleen for me? Come on. Fight!
I do like the comic. The lettering I like, though.
Oh yeah, I did have this game.
I've played this once at the video game museum here.
I remember I bought this game for my roommate's console because like, and it's like, you have to give it back to me. I don't have
Covering the
a
next
console.
Street Fighter for this, right, Capcom? Right?
Yep. It's a fun one.
But yeah, so because, DC realized, I guess we should do fighting games.
Yeah.
We're sitting on all this IP.
Yeah, they did Injustice, Gods Among Us.
And if only they could verse something that
We got to build to the verse again.
oh, of course, sorry.
So first it's Injustice, about what if an evil Superman? A concept that has never been done before.
Plane.
Like,
Oh, you're
shit!
right.
Planet!
I got it
What's-
wrong. You're right. There was Mortal Kombat versus DC was before this.
okay, thank God. I was like,
Because in the comic prequel to this, Superman turns bad because Joker tricks him into killing Lois Lane. By
That's pretty
making him
bad.
think.
A nuclear bomb exploded. Did the Joker set off a nuke?
The nuke. Where'd you get it?
What?
Yeah.
You want one? Copy that.
they both had the right voice.
Get away from him. I'm handling this. You drugged me. Made me. Lois. My son. First Krypton, now Metropolis. People you love tend to blow up, don't they? Superman, don't!
One of my friends' husband's
That's
one
why
of my
I
friends
like
from
you,
college's husband
Superman.
played the Joker
You're
in a
much more
video game, and I'm trying to
gullible
remember if it wasn't this or if it was something else.
Whoa.
It was one of the big ones.
Because it doesn't sound like Mark Hamill.
No,
Yeah, it's not.
Mark Hamill.
I'm trying to.
Definitely
look
Kevin
it up.
Conroy though.
Oh, yeah.
You think you can have a family?
What's the name of this game called again?
That locking me
Injustice,
up will
Gods
magically
Among
reform
Us.
me. And they'll be safe.
It's not Kevin Conroy.
Really?
So
Yeah.
big. So
That's surprising. It really
Yeah,
sounds
you know
like
who it is?
now run along.
Oh, no, it is.
Uh,
It is. It is. It is.
I've got lots of
I
planning
Googled
to
it,
top this.
and it said it wasn't. But that's because it's the Injustice movie where it's not.
I was gonna say that's not Kevin Conroy. Conroy.
No,
Hire
it's
that
not this. It's not this.
Hire this
There's something that
person. He sounds
also
so
was.
Maybe you won't kill.
This is Richard Epcar as the
Yeah.
Joker, and Adam Baldwin from Firefly, and Bad Tweets fame.
No, this person would be like our age.
So yeah, that's Injustice, but before Injustice,
Before Injustice. was the big. We got to do it. We are the other sides of the coin. We have to do it.
Yeah, we gotta do a crossover game too. Because you know what everyone's asking for is Mortal Kombat without the gore.
Yes, let's have the darker video game, the darker, more violent video game be connected with the lighter, more family friendly comedy.
But this was like Snyder versus DC, so it, right? Like, or is it before?
Well, I mean, I guess if you look in general though, DC is just always just gonna have that. I don't know if we're gonna say
Scorpion.
But they also completely removed the gore.
Right.
Because they're like, well, you can't rip off Superman's head.
And we didn't talk about how back in the day you get you play it on Genesis and then you put in the blood code so that you get the blood still.
Where Super Nintendo had no blood because Nintendo
had no blood.
It was
Genesis
sweat.
Had a cheat code where you could get the blood.
So yeah, there's like these kinds of like there are moves that are fatality like, not that, but
yeah,
there's not gore.
Fatality is that's part of Mortal Kombat. That was just needed so much fun.
Oh, even I have looked at the fatality clips for Mortal Kombat just to see the ridiculousness of them.
And even better than fatalities, friendships.
Yes.
Friendships are the best.
Friendships.
And you can't put Robocop in the game. I can't see what his fatality is.
Oh no. That's not good.
Scorpion wins.
Remember War Gods?
Though
War
Dark
Gods?
Dawn
No.
was defeated, his consciousness.
That was called. Yeah, on
Dark
Nintendo
Lord's power
64.
and maliciousness found the perfect home.
Mace the Dark Age?
No. It was War Gods.
Well,
It's a
we
fighting
will have to briefly talk about Play Fighters at some point.
Oh, yeah.
Right at the same time.
The
though.
same
Look at
time.
Both,
oh my god! What?
we heard
War
N64
Gods?
You have not
What is this?
experienced War Gods?
No.
War Gods.
And by the way, this is an Anubis playthrough.
That's
Pagan!
Anubis.
Bring Pagan back!
I like that it's gods and then like a cyborg guy.
Yeah.
You are chosen.
Alright, I gotta look up this player characters here. I mean, I have played Smite, which is essentially the MOBA version of what if, like, just public domain deities were playable
Smite?
characters. Yeah. Tell me the characters from the game.
Wins.
Yeah, okay.
I was thinking that. We'll definitely have to do that.
I don't even know what that means.
This game also you can't tell how bad this game is from this playthrough, believe it or not.
You can't?
You can't, because what it's not showing you is because it was trying to experiment with this 2.5 D plane. You could like shoot projectiles and you would just completely miss the character because it would miss them on that access.
That was a big problem with that era in general. Mace the Dark Age had versions of that, but as did this game, which is another franchise fighting game.
Yeah.
Of Advanced Dungeons and Dragons.
To be fair, yeah.
That is a skill issue.
They will honestly no. Don't want you automatic saving anything.
Iron and Blood, the Warriors of Ravenloft.
Oh, wow.
Here we go.
Choose your champion.
Incredible. Oh dear.
But yeah, there's walls because they didn't want to deal with ring outs, I guess.
Well, this is giving me virtual fighter vibes. But also Soul Calibur.
Yeah, this is very much them trying to do Soul Calibur and not doing well. I think that the torch is your health bar.
And then where Tekken had Yoshimitsu, the one I just said,
Soul Calibur?
Soul Calibur had Volvo?
Voldo.
But you know, there's someone else that Soul Calibur also had.
Oh no! I hate you so much! I played every version of this series except for Soul Calibur 4. Because I fundamentally hated the inclusion of Star Wars characters.
I loved the inclusion of Star Wars characters.
Battle 1.
I also love
So
Dragon Ball
fucking
Budokai.
stupid.
Well, I also had played the previous one that had Spawn and Link.
And I always
I did that one, and that's fine.
I always bring it up.
Star Wars is a long time ago.
There's that
Lightsabers would kill them instantly.
So with swords. I think Frank Oz did record for this.
Nice.
And I think it was, I assume it was around, because this was around Force Unleashed.
Well, there was that one Star Wars fighting game. That's how I was introduced to Mara Jade. Mara Jade?
There's a Star Wars fighting game?
I think Mara Jade.
Mara Jade.
Oh, this was not Frank Oz. This was Tom Kane from the Clone Wars.
Oh.
But yeah, there's Masters of Terras Kazi, which also features
a PlayStation game, where at least
this
I
is
played
PlayStation. Very much a PlayStation game.
I feel like all the PlayStation games I know of are fighting games.
No, I don't want your voiceover. I just want the game.
No, we want the voiceover too.
Here we go.
Oh no.
Han Solo, Arden Lin, Chewbacca,
his dad Lumpy,
Thok,
Stinky,
and Whore, and Luke Skywalker.
I remember the Whore question now.
Yeah, this is the source of Thok and Whore.
And this is definitely a game that came out before the prequels.
Yes.
Hey, you said this Mara Jade was in this.
She's an unlockable character.
Oh.
You have to beat the game as Darth Vader to unlock Mara Jade.
Oh, and how do you get Darth Vader?
I think you beat it as anyone. Or maybe you beat it as Luke. And you get the Stormtrooper by beating it as Han. And you get Hutt Slayer Leia by beating it as Leia.
Hey, I will 1v1 you in...
Oh my god. Luke just killed Han.
Yeah?
No,
But he got
fine.
better.
Does Han not get a lightsaber?
No, only Luke and Vader have lightsabers. And Mara.
Oh my god, that was
Seems like
throwing the lightsaber. That was always
seems a little uneven.
That was what I wanted to do. Just throw the lightsaber and spin it back and catch it.
He looked a little bit more than knocked out.
Darth Vader release.
Yeah, so that was unlocking Darth Vader. And they all had their unique ending
God.
cinematics as well.
Burn that mother down. That's how you unlock Darth Vader.
Whereas Luke's is basically just the ending of Return of the Jedi.
Special edition.
Yeah, it's a special edition.
Special edition.
Because this was 97.
Yeah, of course.
And then here's Darth Vader. Oh no. Go away, Han. Here's the Vader. Vader fights Vader as the final boss. It's a metaphor for his internal conflict.
Maybe it's Luke in the cave seeing the reflection of himself as Darth Vader.
I wish. Look at this intense Star Wars action. All the ring outs you remember. So I guess it's just however many times you beat it. Yeah, you can get Jodo Kast, the comic book character, who's an imposter Mandalorian posing as Boba Fett.
Do you know one of the best Soul Calibur guest characters was? When they brought the assassin from Assassin's Creed into the game.
Wow. He is really good. He can shoot people.
Mm-hmm. He at least flavorly takes place during the time frame of the game.
We have to see
Link also fits with it.
Mara?
Oh, yeah, Mara.
I'm just gonna look up Mara Jade.
Yeah, because that was my introduction to be like, who the hell is this character?
Mysteries of the Sith was my intro to Mara Jade.
Where you Mine was a neighborhood kid telling me about her because he liked all of the extended Universal lore.
Ready? Fight.
A purple blade.
Yeah, she was the first person I saw with a purple blade. I assume Sam Jackson's a big Mara Jade head.
Oh yeah, he played this game all the time. He was like, I gotta have it. I think it was. I'm 100% pretty sure it was Patrick who posted the clip I'd never seen before. That shows.
The minute where.
What's that?
The moment where he's like, I think it should be purple.
Yeah, he's like, maybe purple, and he's like, ah.
Yeah. George just be like, no, there's only blue and green. I think there could be purple.
Best I can do is purple.
Yeah, for you there can be purple.
I mean, he deserved it.
And this is why there's Terrace Kazi, the martial arts that Khaleesi uses in Solo.
It's because of Arden Lin?
Yeah, because Arden Lin, because this fighting game and Arden Lin is an ancient Terrace Kazi practitioner who's reawakened in the Galactic Civil War.
For who? Which side?
Wait a second. Why don't they do Marvel versus Star
Wars?
Mara Jade versus Or.
It would make too much money. They can't do it.
It would make so much money.
They paid someone to be a voice actor to say the word whore.
Yeah?
Versus whore.
Whore.
And then they paid no one, because with him they just used stock.
Dr. President, what's that? Is there rain outside? Is that why you can't go outside? And
there's rain outside here too.
It's hot here.
Everyone in the chat, tell us what it's like where you are.
Yeah,
but also,
tell us what the weather's like.
Another guest character from Soul Calibur.
Oh, I forgot there were different exclusive versions from the
this is PlayStation. Hihachi from the Brian Cox video.
Wait.
Oh, I forgot Spawn wasn't exclusive. Spawn was an all.
Why didn't they? Yeah. They should have put.
Oh, I'm getting so
in that hair makeup. Like
this game is right in the feels for me.
Two is very good.
Bones, I can feel this.
I feel like with all the fighting games, 2 is the most memorable.
Charade, the character that was just the random one. It would be any fighter style, which I loved playing. Because you couldn't, counter it. It's like, well, I don't even know what I'm doing. Yay! Yoshimitsu, another Tekken character.
Yeah.
And he was in all versions as well.
Yeah, that was always very confusing.
He's also, I'm pretty sure, in, Soul Calibur 6.
The thing is, so with the original version of Soul Calibur 2, Link was GameCube exclusive, Hihachi was PlayStation, and Spawn was Xbox exclusive. Mm-hmm. But then they did the HD Online edition, which had Hihachi and Spawn, but not Link. Because Nintendo's like, I don't care that it's a bonus edition, you're not getting Link. And then Soul Calibur 4 had Darth Vader, Yoda, and the Apprentice, Starkiller on all of them. Kratos is in Soul Calibur Broken Destiny.
I didn't know that. Soul Calibur 3 didn't have any guests, did it?
Which one?
Soul Calibur 3 didn't have exclusive guests in it, did it?
No.
5 added, I don't remember the name of the character, but the assassin from Assassin's Creed.
Ezio Auditore.
He's not exclusive, it's just for all versions. And then
Yeah,
6, it's not until, I think they had a DLC, that there's a future assassin from a game that I can't remember the name
Yeah, there's
of.
2B from Nier Automata.
That's what it is.
And Geralt of Rivia from The Witcher.
Yes! Oh, that's right, yes.
Is in it. And the main protagonist from SNK's Samurai Showdown was also in it.
That's the last one. I was literally going through my the DLC characters and like, which ones of these were from outside?
Yeah, Jerry Witcher was in the base for us.
Yeah, which is very cool.
You win. Versus Raphael.
I also love the nonsense, story that is Soul Calibur, which is essentially just, oh, it's an evil sword and everyone's wanting to get it. That's all you need to know.
Yeah,
These
that's
characters
it. It's just, there's an evil sword.
and
Darth
it keeps
Vader wants
keeps happening over and over again.
Look, Darth Vader really wants that evil sword.
I hate you so much. Raphael is OP character. Yeah. Yeah, 5 was super, super chunky. But especially there were characters that had, like, their children or their, like, other versions were in it. And then there's, like, we'll just go back to the originals. So I think, can you still be Raphael's protege? Is she a downloadable character? Maybe, yeah.
Final battle.
I wonder, are they making a Soul Calibur 7? Because 2020 was the last time they updated Soul Calibur 6. I don't even know what Soul Calibur. Oh, it's Bandai.
That was boring.
Yeah, it's a Namco Bandai situation. So they could add Pac-Man if they wanted.
Like I said, they just did Tekken 8, so they probably, if they're going to do a one after, it would be later. I also forgot that they helped produce Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, which also makes sense why some of the characters.
I think that was just to get just for the license.
Yeah.
And I was going to say Pac-Man also in
Versus Inferno.
Yeah, but it was the fact that they were like an actual producer on it, not just like. I know they didn't develop it, but that's how they got the characters. Were like, put us on it. Like, okay, to get your characters, sure.
Final battle. Fight.
Also, we did skip over in our Capcom versus talk. We did not look at Capcom versus Tatsunoko.
Fight.
Which is just another one I had, because that's the one that was a bit that they came out on Wii.
So he's getting ragey.
Fight.
So mad. It's so mad. What am I gonna do with a sword? I use my hands.
Even Kuma is stronger than you.
And then he became bored with fighting and opened up a beach resort. Oh, I just get teleported back to my original game. Cool. Not much of an ending for me. Amazing. All right. Well, now what is this Tatsunoko versus?
I'm glad you asked.
Because I don't even know what is Tatsunoko.
It's an anime studio behind anime like G-Force.
What is
And
G-Force?
So it's the bird guy who was.
I only know it from this game because I remember being like, I don't know what this is, but I want to play a Marvel vs. Capcom game, and there are no other ones out on the Wii. So, and then I think eventually there was, but this one came out.
This is the Wii version.
This is the one I played.
I think Wii's the only version.
There's a mecha character.
Yeah, it's on Wii and arcade.
Oh wait, was that Speed Racer?
No.
Oh.
As much as it would be cool if it was Speed. So that guy is from Rival Schools, a Capcom fighting game series where you different high schoolers fight each other to show their school is the best.
Of course.
Oh, this is the Japanese version of the game. And Mega Man's back. But so this version of Mega Man is a boy.
Oh,
is a person, because it's Mega Man from Mega Man Legends.
Yes.
Oh, it's Gotcha Man? Oh, right.
And the succubus is back.
I misspoke. Yeah, it's a... It's... So there's Gotcha Man. The original name is Gotcha Man. Yeah, but then they called it Battle of the Planets here. And there was a later re-release of it as G-Force Guardians of Space. And so yeah, you have Morrigan back, you have Ryu, Chun-Li, Charlie it looks like. A Beautiful Joe is in this? And so this is Ryu and Ken the Eagle.
Frank is in this.
Frank West is in this?
Yeah.
He covered Wars, you know.
Well, no. Also, speaking of Captain Falcon, I always felt that this person looks exactly like Captain Falcon.
Oh, Frank West is in the in the Western release. Well then,
there you go. Well, it's in the version I played, so that tracks.
Well then, I'm gonna watch that version as our look at this game. Where's our place? There you go. This is the trailer for him being added to, or being in the game.
right. Just take it easy, pal.
Because there was a Mega Man costume in Dead Rising that you could just get a gun with from.
Well, actually, I think there is one of these games that does have the box art for the original Mega Man as a character.
I think that's Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom.
Got it.
Did he just say Dead Rising?
He did.
I think so. I love that so much.
That's hilarious. That's great.
Yeah, there were two giant characters from Lost Planet and Gold Lightning.
Incredible.
Fun games. All these games are fun.
Yeah.
That's my take.
Oh, and
Fun
here's
game.
him in Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Frank West again with partial nudity, so be aware.
Oh. Is this gonna get us kicked
I
off
hope it's
the-
I hope it's the dick part of the partial.
right.
Oh, and Zero from Mega Man X was also in
Smile.
Tatsunoko vs. Capcom.
Ready? Fight.
Oh, it's basically the same moveset.
Yeah, now we're
Oh, nope.
level up. Look out! Look out! Smile. Smile. Level up.
I like that his camera does damage.
Oh. You gotta love that when someone's about to attack you and then you immediately say that you're attacking them.
Player one wins. Again? Why do you guys always go for me?
Casual Master Mold in the background. Or what's his name again?
Master Mold, yeah.
Master Mold, yeah.
Yeah, fun game. I also realized that at this point I should probably point out if you didn't notice my name for
Blog KO.
Vin.
Vin. And you know who I wish was
KO.
in these games, but was
Who?
shockingly excluded?
Who?
I mean, he's a Marvel character.
I'm dialed into the fight.
It would be great if there was like one
Hang up.
of the
He died during his audition.
But what if like just like one of those extra like background character moves that you get, like you can assist from the Phone Ranger comes in? What is the Phone Ranger's catchphrase?
He's got to be in Mugen. And so yeah, off of this, are either of you familiar with Mugen?
No,
Mugen.
I don't even know what that is.
Was that website that had every fighting character?
Yeah.
Yeah, we talked about this because actually it leads into some of the fighters that I know of from one of the few fighting games that I've played. Because we talked about how I played Soul Calibur, but that was not the whole truth. Because growing up, I was allowed to play one fighting game, but it was a DOS exclusive fighting game. And it didn't have violence between people. It was violence between giant fighting robots.
Oh, whoa.
A game called One Must Fall 2097. And it, like Mortal Kombat, had destruction moves, like fatality moves, where you can tear apart the enemy's robots. Moves I never knew how to do in the game. Because, again, I didn't know how to play these fighting games. But you can see, this is just a A clip of all their destruction moves. Look at that. Oh.
Whoa.
But you never had War Gods?
I didn't. But my hairstyle, I always wanted the hairstyle of Raven, who was the initial boss, which is just having really long hair. So my hair is really just a repressed extension of wanting to have long hair like the villain from this game.
Yeah, look,
there's a shadow. It's a robot that uses a shadow projection to fight with things. Oh, these are core sounds for Missy. Shadow going in. And he had a campaign mode where you bought and drafted your robots, and you could change your colors and stuff, and like level it up to do for tournaments. And it had a freeware version where you could play essentially just this, the Electric Arena, and the first campaign. But eventually got the full game when it became freeware, or the whole game became freeware. 10 years later. Oh yeah, the Birdbot, you'll see it later. This is the Thorn. So the first 3 robots that you see were the original ones that you could be. The Pyro was the boss. Was the boss one. That sicking Pyro move killed me so many different times growing up. It's triggering. But yeah, we never could play the electric ones or anything like that. So these were all new to me. You call down lightning from above to destroy the enemy. My God.
I mean,
so
just
cool.
like Raiden.
Yeah, very Raiden.
It's great. This arena, you could throw them against the walls and it would do damage to them. So some of the combos just involved trying to get them against the wall to like shock them. The robot's called Katana. What does it have on its hands? Katanas.
Oh, it's not Stefan
like,
Katana.
Kind of like Volvo.
I thought it was Kristen Shredder versus
No, it's not
Crystal
tag team.
Jaguar.
No, the Shredder is the name of the bot. Christian's the name of the fighter.
Oh,
so the secondary part is the name of
I
the
do
type
like the idea
bot
of Christian Shredder. That's like Ninja Turtles Shredder, but he's become born again.
But no, so canonically, the story is you're trying to fight this tournament because you get to become the ruler of the colony that's going to go into Ganymede. And you learn throughout some of this that they all have their different reasons for wanting to do it. And one of them is that I believe the character Angel is implied to be an alien from Ganymede that came to Earth to win a tournament to prevent humans from going to Ganymede.
I love that.
I'm just saying, I think that next week's topic should be Christian Shredder.
Oh my word.
Onward, Christian Shredder.
Onward, Christian Shredder.
Curse you, turtles, and you have a...
It'll be the easiest Missy plays a DOS game to get me to do too.
It's funny.
There's the flying one.
That's cool.
And you would love this. Specifically Fluval, because it's an Epic Mega Games game, some of the unlockable fun characters, you could have a Jazz Jackrabbit that you would fight against, or a Devin the Turtle.
Whoa! Wild, the Jazz was in
this. Would blow up the whole world.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Shredder baptizes his foot ninja and gains new converts.
Nova is like the big boss vehicle that you get unlocked in it.
Is there a difference between the fighters? Because wouldn't the only difference be based on the bot you use?
Like the different fighters have different stats. So if you're doing these are all the single player characters. There's a whole different roster of characters that are in the campaign. Wow. But in the initial, it's 10 different fighters, and I can't remember who the guy's name is, but the Nova is the boss character. After you face everyone, you face against some general guy, and he has the Nova program. Then you find out that he's actually, his brain has been put in his Nova, and so he himself is the bot in the end that you fight. It's really weird.
Another game that had these kinds of destruction moves was Primal Rage.
Oh my god, of course!
What the hell is Primal Rage?
Oh my god.
You played as dinosaurs and giant apes.
They're clay animated too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's this, N64?
Genesis. Or arcade, but I played this on Genesis.
Arcade and Genesis, yeah.
I believe this was a Sega Channel game.
Yeah, it sure was a Sega Channel game.
Yep. That's how I played this game. And this was made by the Killer Instinct people, I believe. Maybe not. The Killer Instinct, another game that you would see in an arcade cabinet of and just be like,
So
wow.
this is it's set in a post-apocalyptic Earth called Earth with a U.
Ooh.
Oh, it's post-apocalyptic.
Man, this really, this was one I forgot. Throw me back.
A massive meteor strike has devastated Earth. Human civilization comes to an end in the ensuing cataclysms, and humanity regresses into tribes of Stone Age dwellers.
Oh my god.
A primordial rainforest covers the land, and the continental landmass has shifted into the shape of a fire-breathing dinosaur skull.
Oh, well, hey, if we hadn't known beforehand, it's post-apocalyptic.
Yeah, and that's how they have. That's why they have superpowers.
Wow. Memories.
Incredible.
I do have here. All I will say about this is a video that was requested,
and I have a song that was requested. After that.
Rare footage of Daigo actually angry. Just its turtle style. Overcome Rao. Now on the verge of putting Daigo down. 1-0.
Oh. I mean, well, it's afterwards. I feel like you can see how impressive it is. It is impressive.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Is parrying hard in this.
Perfectly parry. So you have to. I'm sure it's frame perfect. You have to press to block it to get no damage. And they blocked it. You had to be there.
Yeah, he had to like hit the right button 17 times in a row.
I'm gonna go back.
I mean, okay, that is fair, but also every one of these games to win, you have to hit the exact correct buttons X amount of times.
Look at that health. It's literally at 0.
Yeah.
I mean,
you need to time it to 1/10 of a second.
It is absolutely insane.
I'm guessing that also, because that was a finishing move, he just knew the pattern to have to like block each one of those things on there too.
So yeah.
And then Things from the Void sent us Necro and 12's theme, which is from Street Fighter 3. I think just because it's cool music.
Now, what's this Street Fighter's deal? And what country do they represent?
But what is a Street Fighter? Is it this?
So the gooey one on the right is 12.
God.
And 12 is a shape-shifting humanoid weapon developed by the Secret Society, succeeding its former experiment, 11. Its birthplace is unknown, but it is in the Mediterranean. And Necro is his rival. And Necro is a Russian who can stretch his limbs like rubber, so sort of like Dalsim, and create electrical currents through his body because he's also a genetic experiment caused by the Secret Society. So Russia and unknown in the Mediterranean.
So many genetic experiments.
You know, a lot of the most iconic Street Fighter characters you might have seen in something else. The blog has ready to go.
Oh, is it the movie or?
Yeah. And not to be confused with Street Fighter the movie, the game.
But is this the movie, the game that we're about to see?
This is the movie.
No, this is the movie, the game.
This is the movie, the game. Which is, as you can see, much more like Mortal Kombat in that it has digitized video footage as the playable characters. I did play Bloody Roar. You could shapeshift into animals. It was really cool.
Yeah, so what better than to start us player into a game and then make that game into a Street Fighter game with Mortal Kombat and bloodier looks.
Which one is wait.
Jean-Claude Van Damme will be Guile if we see Guile. Yeah, it doesn't look good. Certainly.
I believe it's considered the worst Street Fighter game.
That makes sense.
I mean, I would be surprised if it's any other game. Oh, here's a fun fact that reminds me of.
You have blades on your feet.
Anyone ever play Batman Forever?
Yeah. Yeah.
It looks a lot like this, and it plays a lot like this. And that's because you might not know this, but Batman Forever is a video game that was designed in the Mortal Kombat
engine?
Whatever. The call,
don't beat him up, he's dying of cancer.
Programming. Oh, yeah.
Who is
Engine is the word I was thinking of. It was made in the Mortal Kombat engine.
And this is what that looks like.
And this is what happened. And then, as a result, oh, thank you. Also, one of the DVRs, I'm like blanking on words. Yeah. It's got the Mortal Kombat engine. And as a result, you have to do very complex, like Mortal Kombat, like moves to do things very simply.
Oh, good. You have to fight little mini, tiny girls.
Actually, I think this is different than the one I was thinking of that was out on. This is way too fast action paced than what I'm used to.
And it's a different game system. This could be arcade.
Probably.
This is arcade.
Hurrah, hurrah.
This is arcade.
So many different ones. What would be a good Capcom versus Street Fighter food name?
Ooh.
Or Marvel versus Capcom food name?
Tekken Teriyaki.
Ooh.
Tekken Teriyaki.
That's good.
Marvel versus Calamari.
Marshall Coleslaw.
Marshall Coleslaw.
Let's see here. I think
Fluval Man.
Fluval Man. That's me, old chum.
Something
the
with
trivia game.
something would definitely have.
Holy Fluval.
Something would definitely come with 2 succulent succubus buns. I don't think there'd be an ingredient itself, but that would be on there.
SNK versus MSG, says Jas Fadson Montgomery.
Good one. Good one.
Mega Man. Could you just Mega Man size your meal? Is that what
Mega
it would be
Man
too?
Witch?
Yeah, a Mega Man Witch. There we go.
Mega Man Witch.
Spider Manhattan.
Oh,
Oh, be careful. Don't give away any potential actual superhero related foods that could be out there for trivia.
I haven't.
True. But speaking of the next show,
I've given
what
nothing
is
away.
your next topic going to be for next week for Mirandums?
You're muted, Blog.
I'm on mute.
There we go.
I said this already, and I will say it again. I really think that our theme next week should be Christian Shredder.
I think
Christian
it is
Shredder.
Onward Christian Shredder, indeed.
Onward.
Is this a
Christian
person?
Shredder.
It's about the time that Shredder converted to Christianity and tried to baptize the turtles.
A lot of things.
And also because Christian Slater's on the brain, since LED Light met Christian Slater on the streets of New York.
Christian Shredder.
So why not talk about Christian Slater,
we could do Christian.
Also,
Shredder
any
versus
documents
Slater.
that churches have tried to hide in the Shredder.
Aha.
True.
Any really buff Christians, because they're Christian shredded.
Actually, Jesus is Christian shredded.
A lot
depending
of
on the art
depictions
piece, yeah.
True.
I don't believe in my Lord and Savior unless he has a nice pair of cum gutters.
And speaking of cum cutters, what are your final words?
What
are
a
your final
segue
words?
Blog KO Vin.
Okay, my final word.
Yes.
Hadouken.
Hadouken.
Missi Information. What is your
Final word?
Can I sue Brian Cox for not explaining Tekken enough to me? I'm still back there.
And with that, I think it's time to blow it up, Fluval.